I think the two things really surprise you. One is the intensity of the fires. And we've all seen fires in buildings, but they tend to be very contained by the building. And I think what surprises you with any wildfire is A, the speed it moves at, which genuinely surprised me. I've read the reports on it, but until you actually see it, you don't believe it. And I think the second thing that surprised me was the way it could just jump. So it would jump, across a valley. And I remember when we went to one of the valleys just outside Paradise and were looking, and you realize that it had jumped a very big valley and the fire just went straight across. And you thought, well, how does that work? I think everybody thinks global warming, and I think we all would tend to agree that global warming is having a significant impact. And if you look in California, if you look in Canada, you look in Australia, look in Greece, look across Europe, look in this country, we've had very different weather patterns. So we have longer periods of dry, and then we have more intense storms. And you've only got to think of the last few years in the UK to see that pattern. Now, given that, if you have an extended dry period, then you're more likely to have combustible materials on the ground. And certainly in California, that's been one of their big concerns when they've had the extended droughts. And of course, in Greece, it's been a similar problem, an extended drought, and therefore, inevitably, more combustible material on the ground. Looking at the fuel loading. So the fuel loading is the amount of debris on the ground and other things. So what they actually have is they have a program of natural resource management where almost on a cycle, they burn some of the ground. And actually, we do that in this country as well. I don't know, if you go to the New Forest, you'll occasionally see fires burning that are controlled fires. Obviously, they try and do that on the day when the wind, they check the weather and they do all the good things to make sure they're not going to do it in a big gale. But those mechanisms do help.